June 15, 2025, a date that will be remembered for years to come, not just as a point in time but as a turning point in the story of the Muslim world. The Muslim world stands at a crossroads, tension thick in the air. In cities across the Middle East, people gather in anxious anticipation, their faces marked by concern and hope. The uncertainty is palpable, as families, elders, and youth alike sense that something significant is unfolding. From Islamabad to Tehran, a sense of urgency grows as military threats loom over Iran. The world watches as armies mobilize and the region braces for what may come. The stakes are high and the consequences will ripple far beyond any one border. This is more than politics. It's a test of our unity as an ummah. The challenges we face are not isolated to one nation or one people. They are shared by all who call themselves Muslim. In this moment, our bonds of faith and brotherhood are being put to the ultimate test. Ordinary people protest peacefully, defending not just Iran, but the right of all Muslim nations to dignity and self-determination. In the streets, mothers march with their children, fathers raise their voices for justice, and young people demand a future free from oppression. Their courage is a reminder that the true strength of the Ummah lies in its people. The world expects us to fracture, but this is our moment to stand together. Our unity is our shield, and our solidarity is our answer to those who wish to divide us. In the face of adversity, we must remember that our greatest victories have always come when we stood as one. The pressure on Iran is a warning to every Muslim nation. Our challenges are shared, and so must be our response. When one of us is threatened, all of us are called to action. This is a time to rise above differences and unite for a common cause. The enemies of our ummah see us as one obstacle. We must answer as one body. Our prayers, our voices, and our actions must echo the same message. We will not be divided and we will not be silenced. Our survival depends on unity, wisdom, and a collective stand for justice. In these testing times, let us remember that our strength lies not just in numbers, but in our unwavering commitment to each other, to justice, and to the future of the ummah. Before any missile is fired, a war of narratives rages on our screens and feeds. The first shots are not fired from tanks or jets but from headlines, hashtags, and viral videos. In this digital age, the battlefield is everywhere. On our phones, in our living rooms, and in the conversations we have with friends and family, every image, every word, is carefully chosen to shape how we see the world and each other. Propaganda paints Iran as a threat, twisting its self-defense into provocation, while real aggressors claim to be guardians of peace. The story is spun so that those who defend themselves are cast as villains, and those who escalate tensions are portrayed as protectors. This manipulation is not accidental. It is designed to sway public opinion, to make us question who is right and who is wrong. This tactic is old: demonize Muslim nations, justify aggression, and manufacture consent for war. For decades, the same script has played out: create an enemy, stoke fear, and rally support for conflict. The faces and names may change, but the method remains the same. It is a cycle that repeats, generation after generation. The media becomes a weapon, firing headlines to incite fear and division, both within the ummah and with the world. Sensational stories and dramatic images are used to keep us anxious, suspicious, and divided. The goal is not just to inform, but to influence, to push us towards certain beliefs and away from unity. They want us divided: Sunni against Shia, Arab against Persian, neighbor against neighbor. By highlighting our differences and inflaming old wounds, they hope to weaken us from within. When we are divided, we are easier to control, easier to silence. In Pakistan, many turn away, indifferent to Iranian suffering. This indifference is not natural. It is cultivated by a constant stream of stories that make distant pain seem irrelevant and shared struggles invisible. But our silence only strengthens those who wish to keep us apart. We must resist this poison and fight back with truth. It is our responsibility to question what we are told, to seek out facts, and to challenge the narratives that divide us. The antidote to propaganda is awareness, critical thinking, and solidarity. Our defense is to challenge lies, share our own stories, and amplify the voices that are too often silenced. By telling our truths, we reclaim our dignity and remind the world of our humanity. We must use media to spread unity and justice, to connect across borders and backgrounds. Every post, every message can be a step toward understanding and peace. Islam is a religion of mercy. Our nations seek dignity, not conflict. Our faith teaches us compassion, justice, and the value of every human life. We must hold on to these values even when the world tries to turn us against each other. We cannot let others define us. Our identity, our story belongs to us, not to those who profit from our division or suffering. Reclaiming our narrative is our duty. It is an act of resistance, of hope, and of faith in our future. The world must hear our truth loud and clear. Only then can we hope for justice, unity, and lasting peace. Iran and Pakistan's resistance inspires the Ummah. Iran's response to aggression is a declaration: we will not bow, we will defend our people. This is not about seeking conflict, but demanding respect and sovereignty. Pakistan's independent stance and support for justice in Kashmir and Palestine strengthen us all. The spirit of Iqbal lives on, honor and freedom above all. Resistance is our backbone. It keeps us from subjugation. The world wants us to believe resistance is futile, but Iran and Pakistan prove otherwise. Supporting this resistance means supporting dignity and the right to exist with honor. When one Muslim nation is threatened, we are all threatened. Our unity is our strength. As tensions rise, beware the false flag operation, a classic trick to justify war. A staged attack, blamed on Iran or another Muslim nation, could ignite conflict overnight. The goal: manipulate public opinion, drag us into war on a lie. We must question every breaking news story. Who benefits? Where is the evidence? Emotional manipulation is their weapon. Critical thinking is our shield. Our duty is to warn our communities, seek truth from multiple sources, and resist being rushed to judgment. Vigilance and skepticism are our best defense. Only by seeing through deception can we protect our Ummah from catastrophe. Our anger at injustice must be channeled with wisdom, not just emotion. Protests are powerful when peaceful, organized, and strategic, not chaotic or violent. Our goal: build a movement for justice the world cannot ignore. Use rallies, social media, petitions, and advocacy to amplify our message. Unity is key. Our protests must transcend borders and sects. Imagine Karachi chanting for Tehran, Istanbul for Palestine. This terrifies our opponents. Target institutions with real power: the UN, governments, and companies complicit in oppression. Boycotts and advocacy matter. A wise protest is a step toward justice taken together with a clear vision. Our unity in action is our greatest weapon. Words alone won't save us. We need a plan built on 3 pillars. In a world where misinformation spreads faster than truth, and division is often sown deliberately, our response must be strategic, united, and unwavering. These 3 pillars are not just ideas, they are the foundation for meaningful change and collective resilience. The first pillar is to expose media lies and reclaim our narrative. We must challenge the stories that misrepresent us, question the headlines that fuel prejudice, and refuse to let others define our reality. Become truth-tellers, share facts, create content, and educate others. Use every platform available, from social media to community gatherings, to amplify authentic voices and counter falsehoods. When we speak up, we empower others to do the same. Every truth shared weakens the war machine. The second pillar is to support resistance wisely. This means being strategic in our actions, focusing on what truly helps those suffering, and not just what feels good in the moment. Offer moral and vocal support for sovereignty, join peaceful protests, and aid humanitarian efforts. Stand with the oppressed, but do so in ways that are effective, sustainable, and safe for all involved. Avoid actions that endanger our communities. Let our support be strength, not liability. Think long-term and remember that our actions today shape the safety and perception of our communities tomorrow. The third pillar is to unite beyond borders and sects. Our strength multiplies when we come together, setting aside differences to focus on our shared values and goals. Build bridges, reject division, and emphasize our shared Muslim identity. Celebrate diversity within our Ummah and let it be a source of power, not conflict. Organize inter-community events, pray for one another, and pressure leaders to prioritize unity. When we stand together, our voices are impossible to ignore. A unified Muslim bloc can demand justice on the world stage. Our collective action can influence policies, shift narratives, and inspire hope across generations. Our strength is not in armies but in collective spirit. It is our unity, compassion, and determination that will carry us through the toughest challenges. Each pillar is a step toward resilience. Together they form a path to justice, dignity, and lasting peace for all. Together we can withstand any storm. No matter how fierce the winds of adversity, our unity will be our shelter. The future depends on our unity and action. Let us rise to the challenge, guided by these three pillars, and build a legacy of hope for generations to come. In these dark times, faith shines brightest. Our history is one of resilience. With Allah's help, we have always emerged stronger. Hope lies not in distant leaders, but in our own unity and courage. It's in the young who speak truth, the elders who preach unity, and nations that stand for dignity. 1.8 billion Muslims can rise above differences for peace and justice. Despair is not our way. Let's turn anxiety into action, fear into courage, and division into brotherhood. The mercy of Allah is greater than any challenge. Let us pray. O Allah, protect the Ummah, grant our leaders wisdom, unite our hearts, and foil the plans of aggressors. Make us a strong, just community. Ameen.